Hey, how's it going guys? Ancient Rune here and welcome to Borderlands 3 Overrated. This is a series which showcases items that are not as good as people think. This does not mean they are bad, just usually overhyped. This video is not about ruining fun. Fun is the most important thing in these games. If you find something fun, then use it. There are plenty of mediocre items I like to use, but I recognize they aren't the best. If you find this video helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Borderlands content, and consider becoming a member to get videos early as soon as they are ready and support the channel. And today we'll be going over the Seeing Dead. This is a Zane class mod from the Handsome Jackpot DLC, and for a long time was regarded as the best Zane class mod, and nowadays is only mediocre, which people don't seem to know. Now first off, I want to mention with this gameplay, I am using perfect gear as well as a perfect Seeing Dead on my build Clone Master. I will be showing first off with the Seeing Dead gameplay, and then with technically no class mod but with passives, I will be using a Techspert, which has nothing beneficial with the same passive, so it's basically Seeing Dead versus nothing besides passives. And then I'll be showing off gameplay with the anti-freeze. This will allow you to see the comparison, and while not always visible here, you also got to remember the dependent on rolls matter on your damage output. So the Seein Dead has a chance to activate all your kill skills whenever you shoot with a gun, but most builds use Mantis Cannon and the Seein Red skill, which does that anyways, making it redundant. It does also give some kill skill effectiveness, but that's pretty minimal. You will see it somewhat when you see the technically no class mod gameplay, but it's very minimal. It also does not increase Zane's damage besides some indirect stuff with these skills, which don't matter much. And if you're going to have to farm a Seein Dead with good skills and good passives, you may as well farm for something that is better and not niche. Now, a common argument is that it's really good for fight for your life damage because it activates your kill skills while you are down, which is true, but Zane has plenty of other ways to get out of fight for your life, which then leaves you for an open class mod spot to kill things faster to stop you from entering fight for your life in the first place. You can also use Clone to get out of fight for your life with the old use skill, or if you just want to get the Clone capstone, then Clone can just kill things to get you out of fight for your life. Clone also procs salvation when it shoots an enemy and draws aggro, which helps you keep out of fight for your life. You can also have tools to use Sentinel for fight for your life damage, or you can just make sure you have damage that is not kill skill related. This usually ends up relating to passives on your artifact and class mod. Or you could just use a meta gun purely for getting out of fight for your life. I usually have a free radical or crit with URAD, consecutive hits, or Sentinel cryo. If you want to know more about clone utility or more fight for your life options, I will link videos of those in the description, as well as Zane build document, which has a written version of the fight for your life guide. People think Zane has terrible fight for your life damage, but you just have to build for it. Now, this does not mean that Seeing Dead is straight up terrible. It does have some uses. If you find a really good roll, it can definitely work well. And just because you deal good damage with the Seeing Dead on, does not mean it's the Seeing Dead making the build good. I could throw on an Elementalist on a Gun Amara build and probably do good damage. That doesn't mean the Elementalist is good. It is still the best class mod for maximizing clone damage. Getting one with splash damage and action skill damage with points in Donnybrook will be great. The only problem is clone already does enough damage to where it's better to focus on your own. I see a lot of people complain about clone carrying and not liking it, but then are also using a Seeing Dead. It's also used if you want to spam the skill Fractal Frags, which gives clone a chance to throw a grenade on kill. This can be used with the Mesmer Durn crystals or on a clone grenade build to get as much spammability and damage out of clone with a grenade as possible. There's also the argument of using Seeing Dead if going a non-Mantis Cannon build, which is definitely a use case, but that's just the easy way out. I have done a lot of Zane builds with non-Mantis when focusing on no DLC and no Purple Tree builds, and I just have to focus on prioritizing kills on the right enemies or dealing enough damage to not need Seeing Dead, and I usually just kill stuff. Or have clone capstone killing things to keep your kill skills up, or blowing up your clone with fractal frags and Comical Collected to spam Seein Red and have ASC anointments. You can find more of this in my 3-tree ASC video. The only time I would probably use Seeing Dead in a build would be with Barrier and Sentinel, so I don't have to go deep green tree for Comical Collected and usually have a slower kill time in general. I will link all my no DLC and no purple tree Zane builds in the description. Now, what are better options for Seein Dead? Well, there are a lot. First, I would like to mention the Executor, which is the new all-rounder class mod, which gives amazing skill rolls as well as a lot of crit damage and cryo damage, making it amazing for any gun build and non-gun builds that can crit easily. Then you have the Anti-Freeze and Infiltrator, as well as purple class mods with Violent Momentum. Infiltrator can also be used for the shield breaking effect to not need the action skill start, break and fill shield anoint. Then you have the Spy class mod from Arms Race, which is a really good alternative to Executor since they can roll points in Henchman's Hand. It's also amazing for getting a point into Arm and Flint. Also just a go-to class mod for cooldown, as it can roll up to 5 points in Commitment, which I use on my Stinger Spam Nova build. There's also of course Hustler, which is insane for good Eraser and Arm and Flint dot related things. Then you have Conductor, which is a bonus element, which is really good for non-Mantis, non-gun builds, as it will apply to anything that gets your damage and gain up to 100% shock damage as a bonus element. There's also the purple Radical class mod that rolls points into Cold Bore, which is insane when building around the bonus element. 10 out of 5 Cold Bore is a 400% cryo bonus element. Then you have the niche case of Shock Raider rolling points into pocket full grenades, which is great if you need more grenade ammo regen or just can't reach it in the first place. Also a niche for Cold Warrior, which can roll points into Trick the Light, which is a bonus element that will always apply to Sentinel, as it cannot be targeted, so it is the best class mod for maximum Sentinel damage if you cannot have good uptime on Conductor. It's also just a different bonus element for different things. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this. If you want to learn more about this item, like where it drops or the part variants, then make sure to check out the Loot Lemon website, which I will link down below. Also, let me know if there's anything that you find overrated, and maybe I'll make a video on it. If you learned something new, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't for more Borderlands content, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.